Donathon continues. It's Juicy's run after he was able to end Drally's. So the start of his run is a 4-1 over Drally, which is going to be a big deal because Drally cannot play in the future. He is playing against Joreuz right now for level 2, 6250 on the line. Let's get into it. Shout we go. It's Juicy and Joreuz playing in the double or nothing. We just talked about it in the intro, but Joreuz is back. He has gotten good RNG in terms of getting picked to play because not only did he get picked to play against Juicy, I think while running the other, oh, what an interesting pogo. Not intentional, but while running the other streak, he actually got picked to play in that one too, which we ultimately decided to basically exempt people currently playing in one streak from playing in the other. So really good RNG for Joreuz, especially considering he has almost as bad of odds as you can have. He is not quite labeled S tier 1v1er at the initial tier list that has decided the odds, but he was an A tier 1v1er, and yeah, he's been picked 3 times. Meanwhile, other players with a lot better odds to get picked have yet to be picked. But he's here to play against Juicy. Joreuz has played once before, as I mentioned. He played against Drally at the start of his streak, and Drally was able to take him down, although Joreuz played really well. And just because Juicy beat Drally, who beat Joreuz, you might be saying, oh, well, then this should be a walk in the park for Juicy based on the transitive property, but you would not be wise to say that. I think Joreuz is going to match up well against Juicy. I think there are people out there who would argue he's favored to win against Juicy. I'm actually interested to see where the prediction is at right now as Joreuz launches a reset to the back wall. Yeah, it's a 54% for Mr. Joreuz right now. And that was probably with most of those bets coming in while Juicy was up 1-0. Joreuz is now up 2-0 as people let their gambas trickle in. Nice flick from Joreuz. And he's going to make it 3-1. $62 on the line for Mr. Juicy. He is hoping, actually it's technically $62.50 or something like that, I think. So I should have put the 50 cents in as well, because that's probably the reason why he decided to double up, to try and get those 50 cents. Juicy pogo shot. Yeah, I was going to say that's one of the only ways to try and make something out of that. But it was a soft landing pogo. Now can he get the angle? Ooh, it's a tough angle. And he misses, but keeps the possession going. We've talked a lot about nice cuts. We watched it from Joreuz POV. You could see why he was able to outplay him. There's, of course, been a lot of talk during the Donathon about these players' new teams. Juicy, of course, joining Vatira and Atto on Karming Core. Pretty exciting addition for him. I imagine he's stoked about having a chance to play with Vatira and Atto, especially with the way KC played last season. Juicy is going to be able to get this counterattack to tie at 3-3. Joreuz's team, I think, is officially announced, or was it just leaked by Shift? It's hard to tell when things are getting fully announced or when they're just getting leaked by Shift. Usually there's like a 2-week delay. It might be just Shift leaked that Joreuz, Oli, and CRR will be playing under the Ninjas in Pajamas. Ooh, nice flick from Juicy. My goodness. This is an absolute beaut. Turns left and then flicks right into the top shelf. Sheesh. Crossbar pinging in. Joreuz is rocking the NRG decal, which I haven't even seen NRG use the NRG decal, which hey, is cool. A style choice for sure. Normally, you know, the World Champions decal starts showing up like crazy after their win. I can't say that's happened with NRG's decal. I think if they had made, you know, maybe a little bit of a better one, that could have happened. Or if any of the players played in it, but none of them do. Juicy reset, rolls through, gets a 6th. Juicy cooking right now, and I love the pogo celebration. Yeah, I could see it being more likely for people to bring out their old NRG decals. Joreuz gonna tap in a little own goal to let Juicy go up 7-3. Juicy low 50, and now that's like 5 or so straights. I think it was 3-3. Might have even been 3-2 Joreuz, so it might even be more than 5 straight now. Juicy flick up to the top of the net. Joreuz is able to stop it, cannot counter, and uses that reset to almost put himself more out of position. He flips himself completely out of play. Now it's 9-3 Juicy. I think if you head to the live streams at any moments, you got to know that you're going to get other games spoiled. In fact, just the presence of Juicy playing a match should already have been enough of a spoiler about how his previous matches had gone, considering the way the format works. Joreuz still trying to work his way back here in this game, or maybe get his offense going. He did just arrive back home because we were almost going to have to reschedule the match or get a different opponent. So maybe using this as an opportunity to get a little bit more free play in, get a little bit more warm-up. Because I'm not sure he expects to get 5 straight, or if he does get 5 straight, then I'll be shut right up. Joreuz is the kind of guy who has many times made miraculous comebacks. Juicy, that's not going to be a possible angle. I think Joreuz needed a prep to just play the counterattack, but might not be as obvious from his position that Juicy was not going to be able to hit that. But Joreuz just ticking out the time, playing it out here with Juicy. Going to have another chance to score to build some momentum. Couldn't get the boost steal. If he had gone any harder for it, would have gotten demoed in the process. Joreuz tight angle shots, an attempt to be the last one to score. Instead, it'll be a Juicy pre-flip, and it'll be 10-4. Game number 1 going well for the Juicer. What a great pre-flip to pop that. It was really, you know, not for much considering the game was over, but still a nice play. Game number 2. Juicy and Joreuz. Joreuz up to ceiling height, double reset. Second one lost control of the ball, so he will have to back off. He's going to need to have a little bit more teeth on his offense if he wants to be able to score consistently against Juicy. Joreuz over the top. Juicy trail. He got him to own goal. Did he actually bump him into own goaling, or did he just own goal early before the bump? Because technically, I think it was an own goal and then a bump. But Juicy put blue trail on it, and it found its way to the net. Juicy pre-flip as Joreuz thinking he was in good position off the kickoff. Even though the ball slightly into his half, he picked up the 100 and thought this is going to be my ball, but he was wrong. As Juicy rushes out off the side wall and equalizes. Juicy air dribble, another catch, another opportunity potentially to pogo shot. Difference is he didn't have any great recovery there. Doing a very all-in play. It's already quite willing to take it when it makes sense. Juicy pre-jumping. Joreuz just going to wait it out. Try and bait Juicy into bad challenge. Just barely clipped it as Joreuz elected to get around the ball. Take an air roll shot to the left side of the nets. Joreuz playing keep away, undercutting. Unfortunately, undercutting Juicy into the 100 boosts. Juicy, creative first touch reset to try and bring this back towards the nets, but it doesn't seem like a great scoring chance and will just result in Joreuz having a ton of boosts. The soft musty is still going to put Juicy into net. And you can see Joreuz taking a little peek to see what kind of recovery Juicy got, to know how much time he has to deal with. Oh my goodness, Juicy almost pre-jumped that like a million years ago. He saw Joreuz go up the back wall. That would have been the most insane pass if he just instantly took a shot off of Joreuz's setup on the back wall. But that's not the way it worked out. Instead, he got forced back into defense, and Joreuz will pop it over the top of this aggressive challenge. Joreuz waiting out opportunity in front of his net before popping it over to the blue half. Juicy did his best to try and double that out of a solid position for Joreuz, but he is definitely still in this play. Nice control of the ball though. Extended touches, always finding one more. Juicy puts himself on offense and gets a musty to tie the game. Joreuz forced back, grabs 100, thinking about the wall challenge, maybe expects Juicy to go low, switches down to the ground, and Juicy gives it that extra speed to make it 2-2. Juicy catches a demo and is going to be able to use that to get the lead. Kickoffs and the resulting plays for them have been an issue. I forced Joreuz back and made him such an easy target. Juicy booming one to the top shelf. Trying to again force Joreuz back, get an extended possession. Don't think he'll be able to. Does manage to pick up 100 boost. Joreuz is not going to get the best of 50s. Will he try and power slide and cut this back? He will. Power shot forces Juicy into net. Juicy floating out and gets a pretty decent 50. This one sent straight up. Joreuz has the boost advantage, but Juicy just has enough to clear it away and force Joreuz back. Air dribble out of his own back corner. Great touch to leave this ball in a perfect spot. Oh my goodness, look at the speed from Joreuz. These dribbles are a little bit slow normally and finish in a way that's very easy to challenge. Joreuz just gets a reset and then instantly flips it out. 117 kilometers per hour. I mean, you watch from Juicy POV, he was never in the stratosphere of the ball. Tie game here in game number 2. Juicy wanted to chip that towards his own half and wasn't able to. He will demo him, yeah. Joreuz doing his best to escape. Does get the 100 and at least keeps Juicy from picking it up, but dies in the process. That flick is high and pinned perfectly into the corner by Joreuz to buy himself the maximum time to readjust in net and get to a spot where he can half flip challenge and then try and counterattack. That one's going to be saved though. Juicy did hit post instead of recovering clean. Now Joreuz leaning back for a reset. Waved out shots. Juicy was there, but he did not make the stop. It's powerful enough that Juicy can't react in time. 101 kilometer per hour pinch from Joreuz. Juicy expecting that to be a bounce. One that Joreuz then pops back up and follows. And so not preparing to jump early. Gets surprised by the pinch. Joreuz in the lead. Juicy, went for, instead of a pre-flip shot, pre-flipped into a reset as a way to try and outplay Joreuz, who's taking an aerial play late in the game with the lead. Juicy makes the save. I expect Joreuz to keep some boost in the tank for any potential recoveries he needs to make. In fact, he's going to back off now. Juicy, a flick that leaves a lot to be desired, is going to give Joreuz possession, but one that he doesn't hold on to for very long. He's going to go back to midfield. Juicy going to need something special here. Lets the ball land clean. He does not want to mess it up by landing underneath it. Air dribble bump. It connects, and it's on target. And it's in the nets with 2 seconds left to spare. Really good from Juicy to dodge quickly out of the way of the ball to make sure that his landing does not affect the bounce that he wanted. Then he gets back up to carry it and turn it into a bump. Delay kickoff from Juicy on the diagonal. Joreuz forces it into the corner. We'll go to another kickoff for overtime. Standard kickoff from both. Heavily Juicy favored as he's going to get the first air dribble. Leans back. Going for a pinch. Gets a good 50. Can't get it on target, though, with his side flip. He has boost advantage. Forced back, though, into his back corner. He's just turtling there for fun, because why not? And now we're going to start another dribble. Joreuz off the ceiling. Stops his dribble early. Made Juicy use a ton of boost. Now he's taking a ground dribble with only 18. So definitely a solid pre-jump from Joreuz to stop that aerial game. Now he's got Juicy low. And actually that boost did not respawn in time for him, so he's going to have to fully back off. Joreuz on the ground game into a flick. Juicy able to save this without falling into net this time, which means he can threaten the ball the whole way. In fact, he can end the possession. Flick over the top of Joreuz on an early challenge. And the pre-flip isn't even necessary. I imagine that goes in without the help. Juicy able to clutch this game out despite Joreuz being up on multiple occasions. The air dribble bump with seconds left to go. And the flick outplay at the midfield makes it 2-0 for Juicy. Game number 3. Juicy and Joreuz. That seemed like a very important game for Juicy to get. Do you guys really want kinda guy emote just to be the words kinda guy? I think we have enough of those. We've got counting only stream when, and we've got is marbles at the end of the stream or when. Joreuz, unorthodox reset and front flip shot there. I'm not used to seeing. Doesn't give enough power to surprise Joreuz. Yo, Sleaze Breeze! Thank you for the gifted sub. Over to Chai Chai. Joreuz waiting out for a 50 on low boost. Did he do enough? Did, to be able to recover. Now will he take on a full field dribble? Nope, he'd rather boom a power shot. Maybe trying to bait Juicy in a little bit. Juicy, oh my goodness, what a clear. Says you better try that again. I'm going to send you all the way to the back wall with a redirect. Now, Joreuz. Only way to make that worth something was to get a low bump. Didn't get it. Juicy has been oh, pinch from Juicy. I think it's a bit too high. And by a bit, I mean a lot too high. So Joreuz doesn't have to worry about it. Pretty sure it was Juicy we saw hit an unbelievable pinch against Drowley in game 1. It was a ground pinch, though. Off the side wall. Joreuz air dribble bump. Does not connect. No goals yet. Almost halfway through the game here in game number 3. Juicy going to try and fake Joreuz. Does not work. Chain dashes. Can't get back to the ball in time. Joreuz looking at an open field, but no boost to really capitalize on it. So we've done it. We made it halfway through the game without a goal. Juicy reset air dribble denied. Joreuz, great counterattack chance. Surely we get a goal. We do. I'm not sure I've ever had to wait 2 minutes and 45 seconds for a goal. Now watch, this game is going to end 6-7, just like so many ones games do. Juicy, great shots, 1-1. And this is what I'm talking about with Joreuz and his kickoffs. His kickoffs have not been great. Juicy's been capitalizing and is able to musty this one in to make it 1-1. Took him 4 seconds to get his goal. Took Joreuz 2 minutes and 45. Juicy wants another kickoff goal. He's at least got a kickoff first possession. Can he hold on to it and not relinquish it all the way until he converts it is the question. It's the big question in 1v1 a lot. Joreuz pre-jump. Oh my goodness, this is a unique way of Joreuz trying to escape here. Pre-flipping into the corner. And he is maybe going to be able to escape. Yeah, he gets the 100 boost, but he dies now. He does force Juicy back, who's a bit awkward. Should be more than enough time to respawn. Joreuz decides to wait it out. Nice shot from Juicy. Sometimes players dive after they respawn. Joreuz elects to just position himself in net, see what Juicy could do, and man, that is placed so well. 2-1 with a minute 30 to go. Joreuz reset first touch. Best he can do is a 50 after seeing Juicy's challenge. And the 50 does not go well for him. He does bait Juicy into giving up possession. Joreuz taking a slight risk by not jumping up to 50 that. Does his best to get a 50 from the ground in order to enable a possession the other way, which he does have now. Juicy dodges an air dribble bump. And now power shot. Joreuz won't be back in time. Needs to be more clinical on offense. Juicy able to get the counterattack. Great shot, too, off the bounce. The last bit of boost he had. He saw open net. He took it. Juicy backing off on 0 boost. This one is very easy to come back from for Joreuz with how low scoring it's been. Half flip challenge has the ball in a great spot. Juicy and Joreuz doing a game of chicken. No one wants to go. It does favor Juicy that neither one of them take a dive. Now he's got the ball on the back wall. No incentive to really go too hard with this dribble. But also at the same time, that can be one of the toughest ones to save because you never know what he might do. He could catch and take it away and just secure his win, or he might take a shot. Joreuz saving his boost to try and make a play, and then a wave dash jump into the shot makes it 4-1. Joreuz scored first, and it took him over half the game to do it, but then 4 straight from Juicy to finish it. Maybe not finish it. Maybe Joreuz is going to get one. Probably not 2 more, but you never know. Delay kickoff. And the wave dash all but secures the game. Juicy gets the kickoff goal that Joreuz needed in order to entertain a potential overtime. Game 4, Juicy and Joreuz. Juicy now 1 game away from advancing to where a couple other players have been, but nobody has been able to surpass, which is level 3 of the Double or Nothing, assuming he doesn't just want to cash out his $62, which he could. Joreuz double in to the back wall. And now in the Fennec for presumably the rest of the series, because if he wins, why switch off of it? But Juicy has just looked to be too good and is going to go up 1-0. Juicy, oh my goodness, this is a big mistake from Juicy to let that ball get stolen away. Joreuz not able to put on target, although he seems to be playing quite comfortably and should still be able to score. This is such a fancy shot for Joreuz after he Maybe missed an open head. I didn't see the angle for him on how easy it was to take away and shoot, but he does manage to land and put it on target to make it 1-1. Joreuz is rocking Season 2 Grand Champion title. I have that one too. Should I switch to that? Daniel rocking Season 4. I've been using Season 4. Maybe it's time to switch to Season 2. Juicy, a ground shot. That certainly needed to be a lot better than that to get past Joreuz, who is starting to cook a little bit back the other way. Joreuz quick off the sidewall. You need to play this as fast as possible to attack a late recovering defender. Joreuz does just that. Juicy on an air dribble. Resets. Lets the ball fall way too far away. Now pre-jumping Mr. Joreuz does so very effectively. Even gets his own back corner boost. Pre-flips back to it. And now it is a race that Joreuz cannot compete in because he doesn't have any boost to work with. So Juicy will make it 2-2. Joreuz could afford more kickoff wins and more kickoff conversions. A fancy resets and an interesting carry, but as unique as it looks, it is not a safe dribble. Juicy will steal it away, take the lead. Joreuz flick into the crossbar. It pings. Now trying to work his way in front of the net. Has done so. Forced out to the midfield. Juicy chasing him down. Not going for that corner boost. He wants to put Joreuz on the defense. But Joreuz is able to handle that low boost attack easily and then counter for one of his own. And it's all tied up. Juicy, nice flick. We've actually saw Joreuz using this flick, I think, in his last game. Chipping up and rotating around and getting that backflip flick high. Sends it top shelf. Back in the lead. Majority of the series, Juicy has spent in this lead. Obviously, able to win 3 straights. Did chat end up favoring Joreuz? I talked about how, you know, oh wow, chat ended up favoring Joreuz by a lot. I don't know if that's because an Ethereum Oiler dropped a bunch of money on Joreuz or what. But Joreuz is actually 70% favored, 73% favored by the Ethereum. Is Jack in the tournament? I haven't been able to contact Jack just yet. Last time I did talk to Jack, though, he said he wasn't really playing one show matches. So, you know, assuming that decision continues, then we can assume probably not. Jack, don't know you, little bro. You know that Jack's first big 1v1 tournament win was my tournament, right? The fall 5K. Good times. Juicy! Air dribble all the way from the back corner. He got forced back there by Joreuz. And he extends the lead even more. Juicy is not necessarily a player that we would have expected to come in and have an insanely dominant run. That's the thing about this format is it's likely to find someone like that. It's somebody is going to have to win a few in a row if they want to take my money from me. And right now, there's no reason to believe that Juicy couldn't do something special, considering he's already taken down Drally, has 3 straight on Joreuz, might be able to take him down without losing a game if you can hold on to this lead for the next minutes. Oh, what a save. I think it's a great bounce. This flick is not high enough to beat Juicy. He is playing off only pads, but I think he's going to be able to survive, and he's even going to be able to pick up 100. 45 seconds left to go. Scared of an initial challenge. Juicy does lob the ball up, and now power shots. Joreuz handles it. Has to land back down to the ground. Has to go far away from the play in order to not get demoed, and then try to challenge, and Joreuz not rushing back here, letting Juicy waste a bit more time. 27 seconds. Joreuz needs a couple kickoffs to go his favor, and then maybe he can dream of bringing this one all the way back, but this is not going to be easy. Juicy into the corner to steal 100, and I think that's it. Joreuz needed an immediate kick-out possession towards the net. Didn't get it. He's going to get undercut. He's going to get carried. Wait, Joreuz might score it. Oh, no, he doesn't even score it. The timer kills him. He's out of the party and out of the match. GG's from Juicy, as he can advance if he chooses to do so in this double or nothing. Does he want to go again? All right, Juicy has elected to double. Oh, not tomorrow, Monday. The mob. The mob has good RNG, and he is selected.